Hi everyone,
Hi.
and welcome to another Gladsley movie review.
Yes, we are back in Cineworld Sheffield and we are seeing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, this has been a long-awaited trailer. We saw this trailer like years ago.
Please be good.
I was
Please.
I was really worried about how he looks. I'm still worried with how he looks in the trailer, but I'm hoping for the best because I really didn't want to watch Pokemon when that came out, and Pokemon really impressed me. So I'm hoping this is going to do the same.
Yes, we always do these safe predictions. Oh, I'm going to say 6, or it's going to feel like a 5. I want to be wild tonight. I want it to be at least a 7.5 for me. Jim Carrey's back on the big screen.
Yeah, James Marsden as well. I like both of them. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed it's going to be good. We're going to go watch it, and then we're going to do a review for you.
Yes, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Grab your chili dogs. Let's get stuck in.
So, welcome back. We've come back now from watching Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm sure you're all desperate to know what we think. So, yeah.
But first, let's have a quick rundown of the plot. So we meet Sonic, who has been hiding out on Earth for the past 10 years. One evening, he accidentally causes a power outage, which goes all the way across America. The government send out Dr. Robotnik to find out what caused this power outage, this strange phenomenon. Meanwhile, Sonic befriends Tom Wazowski, who is a local police officer in a small town of Green Hills. A situation occurs where him and Sonic have to go on a road trip, all the while being pursued by Dr. Robotnik.
Woo, we've got so much to talk about. So, as always, just remind everyone, these are always spoiler-free. We always do spoiler-free reviews, and these are always our own opinions.
Yeah.
So, we always start as well with the good points. Let's go with the good points.
Yeah, I would say I quite like the characterization of Sonic in this film. So
Yeah, he's a very lovable creature, or alien, as possibly could be.
Yeah.
He's very loving. He's very caring, and he, he's just like he feels to me like a typical teenager. He wants to make friends.
Yeah.
He's quite good-hearted. He wants all that family kind of thing, which is nice, and I think a lot of people will like that about Sonic.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a bit vulnerable in this film. He's very he can be
Needy.
lonesome. But not as arrogant as he kind of is in the cartoons with his sort of like I'm waiting and that attitude type of thing. It kind of like toned it down a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's talk about Robotnik and Jim Carrey's portrayal of this character.
Yeah, he was quite a quirky mental character. Seems like the same character that he always kind of plays. He was quite eccentric and crazy, but Jim Carrey does do a good job of playing that kind of character. It's not questionable. That's just always how he is. He's extremely funny as well. I mean, I do enjoy quite a few Jim Carrey films.
Yeah, because you were saying earlier that he does improvise quite a lot.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times I've seen like quite a few of his outtakes on other films and things, and I feel like he's probably one of those people that they just basically just say, do you know what, just improvise, just give us whatever you've got. And I think he always uses the same kind of improvisation, so I felt like there was quite a lot of liar in there. There was a lot of like probably maybe The Mask.
Yeah, a bit of
Dumb and
Ace
Dumber.
Ventura as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very much a Jim Carrey performance from like the mid to late 90s, really, which I was fine with, to be honest. To me, this was the favourite part of the film, watching Jim Carrey be Dr. Robotnik. If there was going to be a Hollywood version of it, I think that would probably be it.
Yeah, I think he had the most to do in this film, other than Sonic. Obviously, well, the most real person.
Yeah.
Sonic was obviously just animated in whatever sense, but I think Jim Carrey had the most to do in the film.
Yeah.
Most to do and most
You
to
could
say.
argue he was the more star power to bring people in.
Yeah, and I do think a lot of people will laugh at some of the jokes that obviously how Jim Carrey was acting and things.
Yeah.
A lot of the kids was laughing as well, which was great. I'm presuming that's the audience that they was probably most targeted at.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So for most part, I thought the CGI was good.
Yeah, it was it was fun and exciting in places. I liked some of the slow motion bits and sort
Yeah.
of still shots that they did.
You know, I like me a good slow mo. There was quite a few good slow mos in there,
Yeah.
and I was quite entertained by that. I think the only thing that let it down for me was the actual animation of Sonic.
Yeah.
I felt like it just wasn't right. I felt like he should have looked somehow different. I'm not sure what I was expecting. I don't know if I was expecting him to look like Pikachu in a sense.
Yeah, where Pokemon Detective Pikachu got that right, they just didn't quite with Sonic. I know this was kind of like Sonic Mark II after the backlash from the first trailer that we got, but it still wasn't 100% there
No,
for me.
it just felt underwhelming. It wasn't like, it wasn't any animation that blew you away. Whether that's what they wanted or whether it was just like, well, that's how he's going to look and that's it.
Yeah.
But I just felt like they could have made him look somehow better, and I think that would have made the film look better.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I agree.
That's what I was wanting, but I didn't get that. So that's pretty much leading us into the bad points now.
Yeah, the main one here is just such lazy writing. Yeah, I know it's for kids and you don't want to overcomplicate it, but there could have been so much more to this film.
Yeah, I feel like there could have been so much more of a story. It was quite of a short film as well, where I felt like we'd been there for
5 minutes or something, really. But really, the runtime was 1 hour and 40, and it kept sort of going at a good pace. There was some sort of sloppy bits. I mean, there was a scene where they stole another car, but half of it was banged up. So to me, it looked like a deleted scene, but they kind of kept that bit in. It was a bit sloppy edited in that sort of sense.
I don't think a lot of the characters had much to do either. I think other than Jim Carrey, I think he was the only one that really had
was it.
had much to do.
We had James Marsden as Tom Wazowski, but he didn't really have much to do. He was fine in it, but there was not really much. And he had a girlfriend / wife / vet. Again, there was
no explanation to things.
No.
It just was.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can see the studio boss is like, well, we need these characters for the human element of the story, but they had nothing to do with it. It's sort of like, that was it. So to me, I think it was a bit too much studio bosses with a bucket list of what they wanted, but had no sort of like, there you go.
Execution for it. It was very underwhelming for me. I was just kind of like sat like that for quite a lot of the film. And I didn't want to, because I wanted to like it. And I wanted to enjoy it, but I feel just a little bit underwhelmed. I think the kids will enjoy it more.
Yes,
obviously,
definitely.
when we went in there, the kids were absolutely laughing their heads off.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people will like this film, and that's great. I'm really glad, but just a bit underwhelmed for me.
Yeah.
So I didn't overly enjoy this movie. It wasn't terrible. It's probably it won't. I don't think it'll be the worst film that I've seen this year, but I think a lot of people will enjoy it. So I'm really glad if you do. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10.
I'm going to be slightly generous. I'm going to give it a 5. I wanted a lot more out of this film, which I didn't get.
Yeah, praise to Jim Carrey, though.
Yes, big praise to Jim Carrey. Yeah, kids are going to love it. And I'm sure some Sonic fans will definitely love this as well. But for me, personally, I wanted something more. I'm glad I watched it, but I won't be checking it out again anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely. But please comment below. We'd love to know if you've seen Sonic already. What did you think? How do you think it compared to the computer game or any other,
Sonic sort of media, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And we'll see you again soon for some more reviews.
Bye.